Hello, welcome back to another brand new FLOLiO video. And this time I will be covering, not recovering. I wish I was the last week in NFT world. So for once, something happened. Lately it's been pretty boring NFT world. But now this week there's some stuff. Okay, and I'll be covering this. So I'll in this episode I'll be covering Coolcats. I'll be covering wolfgame. I'll be covering Cryptoadz, and I'll be covering the Renga black box, or just Renga in general, a little bit. So, Coolcats, you can see it behind me, underneath me, next to me, the Coolcats OpenSea page, and the floor has gone below 2 ETH. Does this matter? No, it doesn't. Right? Because why should it? Floor goes down zero point 0.2. Does anything change? The answer is no. Nothing changes. But there's been a lot of drama in the community. People are, I guess maybe it's just like a mental barrier. People were a little bit more cranky than usual. They saw floor go down, their mental goes down. They weren't too happy. But of course, this is an important moment to remember. Floor doesn't really matter, guys. Come on, get. Oh, excuse me. I slapped my mic. I'm growing ever so violent. It's important to remember, I guess floor, like temporary floor, doesn't really matter. As long as the developers keep doing what they should be doing, it doesn't really matter, guys. So if floor goes down a little bit or crosses some threshold, don't worry. So in other news, they sent out, the Coolcat team, they sent out a POAP for the beta testers of Cooltopia. And that's because that was like a pretty long time ago. But they also had like a bunch of beta tests, and now they send them a cool POAP on Polygon to your wallet. So if you did participate, then you should maybe check your hidden folder. You should have a cool present waiting for you there. And also they had a gaming event, or like they have like a gaming tournament with Arc 8, and they are like a mobile app where you can play games and then get rewards for it. Personally, unsure exactly how the reward structure works, whether it's like just a high score thing or something else. But the one thing that I do know is you are not allowed, or you're not possible. It's not possible to join on a hardware wallet, so you cannot use Ledger or something. So that's strange. I don't think a lot of people would want to participate when you have to move your asset to a hot wallet, but maybe this is like a mobile like shortcoming. I'm personally unsure, but that's currently still going on. So if you want to join, check them out. Go win yourself a cool cat, a nice little 2 ETH if you want to cash out quickly, or 1.98, I guess. But they also had a really cool drawing session with a bunch of artists. So of course, Clan from Coolcats himself. They had Pablo Stanley, Marian Pedrosa, Javon, Vinny Hager, and Sarah Script. So I got a cool picture of their drawings. So you should be able to see it almost all the way over there. So first of all, the Vinny Hager is so dominant on this drawing already. His style is very, very, very doodly, very, very squiggly. You can see it all over the background, I guess. All the squiggles, all the swirly things. I'm unsure. There's probably a name for it. He definitely gave it a name or something. But either way, it looks cool. They were jamming out. They were having a great old time drawing, chilling. They might have answered some questions. They were just vibing it out. So that's cool to see. And then on to the next subject, we're going to just me this time. Unfortunately, JWeb is stuck in Las Vegas gambling all his money away with his friends. So going over Wolfgame. So the first thing I wanted to highlight was the fact that in this week, so 7 days time, the price of their token went up from 0.025, so 2 cents, to 4 cents. So it almost doubled, which is pretty impressive. So alongside the price of their token increasing, they saw the price of almost all of their assets, I believe, increase. The current Wolf floor is 8 ETH. Land went up to 0.54. It currently is 0.54. And we saw this sitting at 0.2 a few weeks back. Sheep. So that's interestingly, Sheep is the only asset that hasn't really performed too well. 0.65 for Generation 0 Sheep and 0.58 for Generation 1 Sheep. That's a very interesting entry range to be looking at. So I would highly advise, check it out. Do your research and see if this is something that that you're interested in. Because in my opinion, no financial advice, that's a pretty good buy for those prices. So one more thing, just quickly glancing over my notes a little bit. They had a bunch of like teaser announcements. They usually tweet once every 2 or 3 days, and it's some very generic stuff like, I mean, you can probably imagine it, right? It was something super generic like, oh, it's going to be great, you know. Like, of course not. Like I'm paraphrasing at this point. It's not like, of course they're way more cryptic about it. But now it was a little bit more tangible. I suppose they showed like a whole GIF of like the or GIF if you, I don't know, it depends. I don't know. They showed a whole GIF how you can like build like your like a construct on your land. Whether or not this is actual like in-game footage or this is just like an animation, it's unsure. My guess goes out to the latter. I think it's just like an animation just to kind of show like, oh yeah, you are able to like build stuff on your land, which is, you know, you can assume that, right? But they also mentioned that the fact like your acreage matters, so like how big your land is very important as well. There's some buildings that you cannot build if your land is too tiny, and I believe tiny or like big acreage refers to a rarity trait on this land, not necessarily having more land or connecting it. But that's just my my takeaway from this. And the land reveal that you can see on the bottom right, land 0.54, is set to happen this month. And this month might come even sooner than expected because the announcements kind of... Because I've been following them for roughly around a year. And at this point, you can kind of tell when an announcement is like filler announcement or when an announcement is very, very tangible, something's very close. And the recent announcement, wow, I can't talk anymore, guys. The recent announcements kind of indicate that it's very close, the land reveal. So maybe in the next few days, we're going to finally be hearing a date. They usually announce things like a 4 days prior. They always have this bug bounty where they allow hacker people, hackermans to come in, verify the contract, make sure there's no exploits, and then the party is set to go loose, and we can all see our cool land parcels finally. It's been a long time coming. And part of this is also that tomorrow on the 10th, I believe, maybe the day after. Okay, I'm not I don't look up to the sky too often. On the 10th is Harvest Moon. The full moon is called Harvest Moon, and it's kind of like all the stars align, you know. No pun intended. The fact that this is about land and it's a harvest moon, so everyone's kind of expecting a really big announcement. Everyone's expecting like a date to drop. So, and they're also historically known to drop a lot of information on full moons. So that's basically all I have to cover about wolfgame right now. Past week has been pretty interesting. Full game coming in for the fourth quarter. Looking forward. And then moving on to the Cryptoadz. There's nothing too much to say about this. I wanted to bring it up still. And the reason why I want to bring it up is because yesterday they had their 1 year anniversary. 1 year of Cryptoadz. And they've seen highs, they've seen lows. They're currently experiencing some lows. But who knows, in the future that might turn around as they are partnered with the other side. So they are still kind of in the Yuga verse. Is that even a thing? I'm basically making words up at this point in the Yuga verse, and they haven't been in the top 100 in volume for quite some time. And then I saw them pop up there, and I was kind of surprised. I was like, interesting. It's Cryptoadz in the top 100. Now, to be fair, nowadays it doesn't take too much to appear in the top 100. But still, I was like, oh, interesting. Let me check out why. And turns out they had their anniversary, and they did this whole spaces, and they had a party in the Central Land from Nyankat. Like, I'm not gonna sing the song, but I mean, if you're a boomer like me at this point, you would probably know Nyankat. So apparently that was pretty good, as they saw an increase in volume. Unsure what was talked about in the spaces. I don't have time to sit around for like 4 hours, so I apologize for not covering that much in their space. But if you're interested in Cryptoadz and you somehow didn't know about the spaces, there you go. Check out that Twitter. It's all there as a recording. And then the final piece of information, of news, is coming from Renga Blackbox. So this is their amazing website behind me, as you can see. And what I wanted to say about them is their floor went up from 0.6 to 0.8. So nowadays it's pretty significant that a project increases in floor pretty consistently, I suppose. We saw them go up from 0.4 even to 0.6, and up from 0.6 to 0.8. And I looked at their charts, also on FLOLiO.com, of course. We got amazing analytics and charts. I would highly advise you to check it out there as well. I keep saying we. I need to fix this. I keep saying we. It's me. So I checked out the charts, and then I saw they had like a huge like pump, or like I guess it was kind of a pump in volume on the 25th of last month, and I was like, okay, well, why did this happen, right? And turns out that they dropped this website behind us, and we might have covered it. It's very possible, and it looks amazing. So I'll give you a little tour through the website, and here we go. So another one of these really amazing websites where you have to like scroll to do stuff. So you can see it, of course, but I'm scrolling here right now. So piece by piece, you kind of uncover their story, their whole comic. So this is like, I guess, more the lore around the black box. There's the black box. They're like, huh, what is that? Unsure what's happening. I think it kind of like flicked it away or something. Like it kind of rebounded from the black box. I assume you can't paint it. So he tries to shoot some like ball at it, at the box. And the ball whips out of the hand, consumes it. And they're like, what the hell? So they're like, I'm gonna beat up this box. And I assume, so there he goes. He whacks it, explodes, and all kinds of things. And then he seals it again. And I guess behind him is the whole world of Renga that's unfolding. So they already have these characters behind them. I think it's already a thing from their other collection. So as far as I know, it's still pretty secretive what's in the black box. Let's see. What are the Renga black boxes appeared on the first day of summer. These boxes will ultimately be the portal for your Renga characters to enter this universe. As we progress, your character will be your key to everything Renga. So, amazing website, looks great. In general, I love these websites that's all like scroll based. So here as well, it's kind of like a scrollable like vision. I can't speak. So amazing design. On their about section, I guess it's just like their team. So if you click on them, you can kind of see. Oh, there you go, Lost Formula 1. That makes two of us. So there you go. They're just posting more and more art. Yeah, this is from the Dirty Robot Works. Dirty Robot, I believe. Looks amazing, very clean. Front facing, which is pretty interesting. front-facing art doesn't happen too often. It's usually sideways. But either way, there you go. That's my report on the last week. So I would say thanks for watching. Check out FLOLiO.com for analytics, tools, free web browser extension. I mean, everything's great. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your weekend. And if you watch Formula 1, I would say enjoy on Sunday. Don't drink too much. Be safe. And see you next week.